Hello everyone, and welcome to another royal reading here at MadWorldTarot. Before I get into the reading, I would like to welcome all my new subscribers, all those who have joined us here from HG Tudor's channel, and you're very welcome, and thank you for coming along to MadWorldTarot. You can see I have a very makeshift copyright sign in the corner today. I have an ongoing problem with a scammer who is stealing my content, and until I have time to get around to doing something better about making a little sign, there it is. It's the Temperance card from a very beautiful tarot deck which I have sacrificed for the cause, and it's going to stay here for a while on the tarot table. And you can see, those of you who've been around for a while, you can see that I have the After Tarot on the tarot table. It's my break up and make up tarot deck, and we are in divorce territory again. There's a lot of rumor going around, a lot of speculation going around, including Lady C coming out and saying that she has heard from 5 totally reliable sources, I'm quoting her, that Harry called in the lawyers some months ago. And allegedly this is as a consequence of Meghan's behavior at the during the time when the Queen was lying dying at Balmoral, and she made a big scene and was demanding that she go too, and the plane had to wait, and everybody was held up, and Catherine had to sacrifice herself basically and stay at home. And by the time they all got there, it was too late. Dreadful. And that apparently, from what Lady C has said in the past, is what caused this massive rift. They still show up and smile and do all of the stuff they do for brand purposes, and I've seen that in my cards for a long time, that the only thing that is keeping them together is their mutual interest in money. And that, of course, as I shuffle the cards a bit more, is my opinion, and it's just tarot, of course, here. It's all just tarot for entertainment purposes. It's all my opinion. It's all speculation. I read on energy here. I read on archetypal energy because the royal family is archetypal. And there is, of course, a disclaimer in the box below. Please read it and form your own opinion about this. I'm going to do a Celtic cross. Some of you have asked me to look at this again, and so I'm going to be looking at it from Harry's point of view with a Celtic cross and see what is going on. Has he called in the lawyers? Lady C says he has a big problem extricating himself from this marriage because he has been so forthcoming about his addiction, his mental health problems, all of that stuff, his drugs, drug taking, his ongoing drug taking is going to cause problems when it comes to things like custody. And so that's the topic of our reading. Celtic cross coming up with the After Tarot. Let's see what the cards want to tell us. And as I say, a lot of energy. I'm feeling quite anxious as I'm doing this, and I'm not normally anxious when I'm doing these readings. It's not anxiety as such, it's just energy. Energy really flowing at the moment around this couple, sort of crisis energy that I am intuiting. And we have got the 2 of Swords in the reverse as our underlying energy here. Let's move the other cards away. 2 of Swords is about decisions. When it's upright, it's I can't see the way forward. I'm at a crossroads. I don't know what to do. Help. Somebody give me advice. In reverse, somebody has decided something. They have reached a very difficult decision, one they've been delaying, one they haven't wanted to make. That confirms for me as a reader, that confirms what Lady C is talking about, that somebody, meaning Harry, has reached a crossroads in his life and he has decided to do something about it, even though he's not sure that what he's doing is the right path. That's 2 of Swords in reverse. That is what's going on. So let's see. That's the underlying energy that is going to sit under all of these cards that I'm reading today here at MadWorldTarot. So let's have a look and see what is going on. The actual situation. Has Harry lawyered up? Has he lawyered up? I've got the Six of Pentacles in reverse. That's not a lawyer card as such, but it tells me that somebody feels they are being wronged at some level in their relationship, that they have been taken advantage of, exploited, that somebody has unfairly used them for their own gain. Upright, the card is about equality, reciprocity, sharing, charity, all of those good things. In reverse, it tells me that he feels at some level he has been taken advantage of and exploited. And of course, my opinion. So what is the particular problem, the situation that he's dealing with right now in his marriage that might send him to the lawyers? What is his particular problem? The Devil. And the Devil is in reverse. The Devil is a card that often comes up in these readings, and for me very often signifies the wife. Toxic relationship. I've had to blot out the couple at the bottom of this card with a black marker pen, so I don't get struck off for obscenity on this channel. As older viewers of mine know very well. But the Devil is about being chained to a very toxic situation. A situation that brings out your worst behavior. It can be chained to bad habits, addictions, all kinds of addictions, not just substance addictions, sex addictions, things like that. Lies as well, and anger and deception. The Devil is all bad things. And the Devil is in reverse here. Harry has exposed all of his toxicity and his addictions. So the problem there comes from all kinds of directions. His problem in separating himself from this very unfair situation, this unequal situation, the Six of Pentacles. He's got to get over the fact that he has exposed his own addictions, his own toxic behavior, his own problems, his own anger issues. All of those kinds of things have got to be dealt with and are obstacles on his way to a successful divorce. He also has to deal with the wife and her toxicity and her control over him, which we have all speculated is pretty intense. Maybe comes from things like NLP, maybe comes from things like encouraging his exploration of drugs and things like that. So he's got his work cut out with that Devil. It's going to be very difficult to separate himself from that Devil, whether that Devil is a person or whether that Devil is substances and issues. That is a real problem for him, as Lady C said. So what is going on behind the scenes? We still haven't seen a lawyer show up. What is going on behind the scenes right now? He wants a fresh start, the Fool. It's literally a new beginning in tarot. He absolutely wants to restart his life in some way. I have read on that in the context of leaving the US. He doesn't want to go back to the UK, apparently, with his tail between his legs, all going to be terribly embarrassing and humiliating. So there is speculation, and I have read on it, and you can find those readings in the Royals playlist. There is speculation that he might go somewhere else. He might make a leap of faith and go, which is the Fool, that's what the Fool does, and go somewhere like Africa and try and start his life over in a whole new way, in a whole new world, in a whole new environment. And so that's what he really wants. So it's very clear to me with these three cards, the Two of Swords in reverse, the Devil in reverse, and the Fool, that this is over and he wants to make a run for it, basically. Clean break divorce. With the Devil around, that's going to be very tricky. So what's his mind on? What's his focus on right now? King of Pentacles in reverse, that's himself. Kings are masters. King of Pentacles is an earth sign male, a big businessman, a very successful man, a very stable husband, earner, leader, very, very, very successful in the material realm. And he's in reverse. He's in his shadow aspect. He is financially challenged. His authority has been challenged. He hasn't succeeded at any of the things that he was supposed to be doing in terms of business, in terms of leadership, in terms of making money, except by selling his family, his birth family, down the river. That's basically the only way he has made money. And it is, of course, as I say, very much a husband energy, the King of Pentacles. And it's in reverse. He's very focused on how he has failed in that role. My opinion, of course, or just speculation here. So what has led up to this crisis moment? And we know it's a crisis moment because of this Two of Swords. What has led up to this? And we've got the World. And the World, for me, in these royal readings means more than it does just in ordinary tarot readings. In ordinary tarot readings, it means the end of a journey, successful completion of something, end of a cycle, chapter is over, on I go with something new. But for me here, with the royals, it has developed an extra meaning of publicity, and he is tired of the level of exposure and publicity that he has to deal with constantly, that the wife is seemingly very obsessed with. Devil is obsession. That has made his life very difficult, very public. He believed, in my opinion, that when they went, first of all, to Canada and then to California, that they were going to live a quiet, private life. And it has turned into anything but that. Most recently seen in New York with that botched car chase scenario that they seemingly set up. I'm going to look at that again in the next reading. He's tired of this. He's tired of being on the front page of newspapers. He's tired of everybody talking about him and everybody speculating about what's going on. He's over it. It is an ending card. Ending card, the World. What is coming up next? In terms of this marriage, in terms of lawyering up, in terms of divorce, we have got the Empress, and that's a pregnancy card. And I hate to say it, but we've been down this road before, and there are all kinds of rumors, and they're back circulating again, just very recently in the past few days. Baby number 3, it's a pregnancy card. There is a possibility that she's going to play this hand again. I hate to say it. I have read on this very often. Very recently. It's there in the Royals playlist. It does look as if there is energy around this. It doesn't look like it's going to make it all the way, all 9 months, but it looks as if it's something that's on her mind, a stunt. And I'm going to speculate, of course, here, that's my opinion, that some sort of news could come out about a pregnancy that would absolutely keep him chained to the devil and unable to leave a situation that he is very clearly over and very clearly wants to leave. A very unfortunate card to see there. I can't stand seeing it there. As a tarot reader, it's very upsetting. So we've been down that road before with pregnancies and miscarriages, and it looks like we could be going down that road again, very conveniently. So from her point of view, of course, very inconvenient from his point of view. What's his attitude to his marriage right now? Well, we've seen the devil. That's kind of a dead giveaway. But his attitude to his marriage is the 7 of Cups in reverse, and that's the dog coming to visit. Have you heard a shake of a collar? The 7 of Cups upright is limitless possibilities and self-delusion. In reverse, he sees the reality of it now. He realizes the true nature of the beast. He's picked a dud. You can see the serpents twined around his waist there. He's tried to make off with the crown jewels. Not saying that Harry tried to make off with the crown jewels. This is all, of course, allegorical. This is, it's metaphors we're dealing with here, speculation. But 7 of Cups in reverse, he has seen the true nature of the marriage and of the wife. And he is no longer deluded, no longer are the scales over his eyes, and he wants out. What pressure is he under right now? Apart from pregnancies and apart from devils, what pressure is he under? There she is, she's shown up, the Queen of Wands, that's Megan, that's a fire sign woman. Queen of Wands in reverse, very dramatic, very angry, very toxic, very difficult, will do anything for attention and drama. He knows now, he knows what she's like. He's been with her for long enough now that nobody can say he's a naive, poor innocent lad who's been led astray by this dangerous woman, this femme fatale. He knows what she's about, and he's afraid. The Queen of Wands in reverse is frightening. The anger is frightening. Volcanic eruptions, I think, was an expression that came up and I read on yesterday. Volcanic eruptions is the Queen of Wands in reverse, terrifying. No wonder there are 2 escape rooms, one in Montecito and one in LA, allegedly. So that is the pressure that he is under. And as I say, she's very dramatic, very melodramatic, and capable of doing anything for attention. We saw that in New York. His hopes and fears right now, we've got a fair idea of that, but just to get through this reading, High Priestess in reverse, he's afraid of secrets coming out, things that he's ashamed of, things he's hidden, things. The High Priestess is very powerful feminine energy. It's very much about female mysteries, hormones, pregnancies, things like that. He's afraid that stuff is going to come out. He was quite happy to write his book and tell us all about his Todger and all the rest, and Williams as well, and all kinds of embarrassing things that involved him and other people who had not consented to having their private details and their personal lives written about in the all-time bestseller non-fiction book. I think it might be. But it's being hyped as being that way anyway, even if it literally isn't. But he is very, very, very fearful of stuff coming out that he does not want to come out. And that is very much involved with females. The High Priestess is also about mysteries and can be about the occult, can be about things like... although he has been quite frank about it, things like going to psychics and wanting to talk to Mummy Diana. He's quite happy to tell us that he talks to her in the moon and stuff like that. But it wouldn't help in a custody battle, for instance, if stuff like that came out. I haven't seen children here except in the Empress, which is a pregnancy. No sign of children in this reading. And there's a lot of speculation about the exact whereabouts of those children and their provenance. And there is the High Priestess in reverse, what he fears. What is going to be the outcome? And I have vaguely set a 2-year time limit on the outcome, but just generally this is talk of lawyers and divorce and all of that. According to Lady C, we're looking at the energy around it. The outcome is an over, it's over card. 10 of Swords. It is going to be over within that time frame. I haven't asked more specifically than within 2 years. My personal feeling at the beginning of this year was that it was going to happen this year, or we were going to hear about it this year, and we are hearing about it now. I did a year ahead reading that you can go back and find in the Royals playlist. 10 of Swords. It is so over. That is somebody who is being picked up and tossed. He's dead. He's finished his sword there. He's been picked up and he's about to be thrown into a grave. This is the After Tarot. It's a little bit different to the regular Rider-Waite. For those of you who are watching and are a bit confused about the artwork on these cards, he's done, he's finished. Normally he's lying face down, 10 swords in his back. He's ruined, he's betrayed, he's sold out. Everything bad that can possibly happen has happened to this man here. He's finished, he's done for, and he's going to have to take it. He's going to have to take whatever punishment comes his way, whatever vengeance comes his way, whatever difficulty comes his way, whatever reputational harm comes his way. Unfortunately for him, I don't have much sympathy at this point, but he's staring at a very, very, very unpleasant, very difficult future. According to this reading, very bad energy around it. Explains my stress, my sort of anxiety at the start of this reading. It has gone away as I've gone through this reading, but there it is. That's what's going on with Harry. It looks like Lady C was quite accurate. No sign of lawyers here, but a decision has been made, a very difficult decision. He's going to go through hell to finally get out on the other side and start to rebuild his life. What he hopes for, but he's got a long way to get to there. That's the reading. Thanks for watching, and I'm going to hop on to the next reading now.